Live from the studio of his parents' basement, the Have You Seen It podcast.
Hello and welcome back to the Have You Seen It podcast. My name is Mason Knight. Sitting across from me is the one and only Cash Krause. But before we begin, if you guys can please be sure, smash that like button, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification as we drop videos here every single day. So with that said, Cash, what are we reviewing today?
Well, Mason,
or should I say tonight?
Tonight it's a late edition of
most
of the
certainly
high
is.
side. Hey, we get it done when we can and where we can.
Absolutely.
But
we were going to do it. We were going to do it in an outhouse last week, but we decided not to.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't need to.
We didn't need
the
to.
thing, and
But
that's you brought it to me. When you brought it to me,
and we had to stick with our motto, anytime, anywhere.
Yeah.
So.
But I said, man, let's just stick with the studio. Let's stick to what we know.
And upon further thought, I was like, you know what, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, I don't know where that out, but you've been trying to get us into an outhouse since we've started this podcast.
Yep, an outhouse, a bathhouse, all of them.
A Turkish bathhouse. Any place where men take large dumps,
right.
You want us to
want it.
record.
I want it. I don't know. It's something. It's the aroma in the air.
Yeah, you love it for sure. But Mason, enough of that. Enough of dudes taking shits. That's another podcast for another day. We will get to that one.
Is.
But it's the spooky season, my guy. The smell of candy corn is in the air. So we got spooky movies all month. That's
candy corn, like it or don't like it.
What a controversial question.
It is. It's so controversial. I don't understand why, because I think they're delicious. I love them.
I can have maybe 3 or 4 candy corn. I can't just eat a bowl of candy corn.
No,
though.
I can't either.
Right?
But
you can only have so many. Yeah, they're decent. Yeah. They're odd. They're an odd candy. What would you say candy corn is made of?
Sugar. That's what
I actually think it's
say.
some kind of like chocolate or like white chocolate or something.
Is it?
Yeah, it's gummy. If you haven't had candy corn, if you're not from, I don't know, do they have candy corn around the world?
Yeah, they've got to. It's got to be universal.
Oh, yeah, it's universal.
Oh, for sure.
Because it's so delicious.
Yep.
It's a staple of everyone's food pyramid, I'm sure. But yeah, candy corn is pretty good. Let us know in the comments below. Candy corn,
if you guys have candy corn,
miss.
Yeah, let us
Bussin'
know.
or not.
We do have a worldly audience. So.
Yes, we do. Okay, we are here, like I said, spooky season, scary movies all month, right?
Yes, of course.
We are here to watch the sequel of a film we already reviewed not that long ago, Mason. This is a strange one.
And some would call the sequel prequel, is what they're calling this one. This one takes place back in 1918. So when Pearl was just a young woman, Howard or whatever his name is off to World War I.
Yes, the film is called Pearl, by the way, and that is the sequel to the film X, directed by Ty West, which I feel came out like 2 weeks ago. It was
February.
It was not.
I'm pretty sure it was like February or March.
Perfect movie to come out in February. But yeah, that was, if you haven't seen X, it was the story of an old lady named Pearl, who had a few screws loose, I would say.
I mean, you could say there was something going on in her brain. That's for sure.
And and if you didn't watch, go back and watch our review for that. I think we both loved X.
Yes, I did. I was very shocked to see one of my friends and not enjoy that film at all, but he went and saw this one and said this one was way better.
What?
So,
see, now that's we'll slow down. We'll get into that later. But
yes.
I loved X. I loved Pearl as well. But this tells a story. X told the story of Pearl. She was like 90 in the 70s. A bunch of kids come, shoot a porno. Kid Cudi's involved. Well-endowed Kid Cudi.
Oh, it's definitely Kid Cudi, too.
Oh, it's 100% Kid Cudi.
Guy's got more than 2 legs.
Oh, he's a tripod.
He does.
Yeah, if he ever gets tired, he can flip that thing up. Yeah. Amazing. That movie had great kills. I loved it. She pretty much slaughters, spoiler alert, kills all those kids.
Well, yeah.
This is going back some almost 60 years. She's a young gal, played by Mia Goth, who, God, she is interesting, Mia Goth.
She's very interesting.
Almost like a character actor, in my opinion.
Yes.
You don't ever see female character actors.
Yeah, I would say maybe Charlize Theron, just because she has taken on some pretty interesting roles over the course of her career.
Right.
Or what's her face from Harry Potter? She's
Emma Watson?
No. The bad girl.
Oh, Helen Bonham Carter.
Thank you.
She is a good
She's
character actor.
That's a
great pull because she's almost never the lead in anything.
Nope. But she's always be a character.
And any role she has, she is like a larger than life character.
That's why her and Johnny. That's why her and Johnny get along so well and work good.
Yeah, well, Johnny's a character actor that is also a lead man. I mean,
yeah, that is very true. Yeah.
But yeah, this tells the story of Pearl in 1918, going way back before porn was new, cutting edge, really.
It really was. I mean, film in all of its glory was brand new as well. So I mean, people thinking 3 years into film and they go, "Oh, you know, it'd be better than just filming a movie. We could actually film sex."
I bet it took. I mean, as soon as one man saw a movie, I bet that was when porn was invented. The first man that saw a film immediately was like, you know
100%.
What? We should shoot naked women on this for sure.
I think it would sell. Trust me. I think we'd make a lot of money.
I guarantee that might have been the original thought. And then film came second. We're like, you know what? We could also make stories to these porns. And, but yeah, it did not take long.
And they still have not perfected the story 100 years later.
Yeah, film brand new. But they already got porn. And it was the French, of course, who were just cutting edge when it comes to just film in general.
Well, I always feel like the French are ahead in anything in regards to art.
Oh, for sure. So Pearl, she lives on a Texas homestead with her German immigrant parents. And let me tell you, her mom, Tandy Wright, is phenomenal in this, dude. I just read a little trivia. She was the intimacy coordinator. Do you know what that is on a film?
Yeah, do I know what that is on a film? Yes, Cash. I know what an intimacy coordinator is.
So for some people who don't know, who Mason clearly knows all the ins and outs of sex when it comes to the film.
Well, I know the ins and outs of film. I've been in them.
But you haven't been into an intimate scene. You never worked.
That is wrong. I was in a R scene.
When?
Me getting it.
Shut up.
Yes, it was an indie film. Yes, there was a literal intimacy coordinator on set.
I've never seen that film. You got to show me that.
Of course not. It's called Age Sex.
It's called Age Sex
Location.
What?
It's on my IMDb.
It's called Age Sex Location.
Yeah, I'll pull. I mean, I don't.
No,
want
you
to
don't
got to
do it right now.
Podcast,
Yeah, no, that's fine. No,
but
yeah, we're gonna have to review that.
If you can find it.
It feels like it's pretty indie. So there was an intimacy corner on. I mean, but sometimes indie films are so small they don't have them. You know, that's like
there absolutely wasn't one.
Yeah, you're full of shit. By the way. Anyway, so it's like you would have a fight choreographer. If you ever had a fight choreographer, if there's ever a fight in a big film, you always have. Right. If there's ever a sex scene, there's someone there that's telling people how to have the best sex on film, how to make it look the best. And this was what Tandy Wright was doing on X. And then they started talking about it, making another film. And Ty West was like, hey, because she's an actress also, but she was the intimacy coordinator on X, so she was the one telling him how to fuck.
Wow.
But he was like, hey, why don't you go out for this role? And she apparently learned German in like 2 months.
That's crazy.
Yeah, she's an Australian actress. But she's fucking fantastic in this.
Yeah, I don't know how she doesn't have a picture on Wikipedia.
New Zealand, I should say New Zealand, not Australia.
Yeah, she's great, though. Yeah, she's been in a lot of stuff, too. She's had a good career.
How old is she, really?
That's a wonderful question.
Oh, 52. See, all those pictures must have been kind of old. Yeah. But yeah, she was so fucking good in this.
Yeah, she killed it. I would have never even noticed that she wasn't actually German.
This film was not at all what I expected going into it. I mean, character-wise.
Really?
I expected to hate the mom. Mm-hmm. I expected the projectionist to be a piece of shit going into it. I thought maybe he was going to be the one. Just from the trailers, I thought in my mind he'd be the one that would do something horrible to her, kind of turn her, kind of
mess her up a little bit.
I thought the mom would be like a Norman Bates mother, right? A Norma Bates.
I mean, she was definitely strict and a hard ass.
But all the things she was saying was like, she was doing it. We find out later in the film she was doing it all because she was, one, very scared of Pearl, Goth's character. Very scared. And she had to be harder on her because she's nothing happens to her. She's just one of those people, man. She's just a sociopath.
Well, she brought it up multiple times throughout the film that there's something wrong with you.
In this film.
Yeah.
It was so much more than just another slasher or something. It became really, really smart. But yeah, she was, all the characters were very conflicted. The mom, the mom was tough. She's a 1918 German immigrant. Those people are going to be pretty tough. But You know, she wasn't like beating her until she kind of got out of hand. Then she smacked her.
Well, no, but I mean, also you're taking care of your husband who came back from World War I, who's a paraplegic, and he's paralyzed and everything, and it's just like can't talk, can't function,
Can't do anything. And let me tell you, Mia Goth or Pearl does nothing on this farm.
No,
she is just
pretty lazy,
useless,
lazy kid.
Yeah, so that's the mom. You can see where she's coming from. She's a hard ass, only because everyone was a hard ass in that time.
Well, you had
1918, especially on a Texas homestead. But yeah, I thought the characters were really, really well developed, and there's a hilarious scene where I just always find it funny when people get engulfed in flames on film. I just find it. There's something comedic about it. And this film was, I was the only one laughing, but there's some really funny parts. Like in X, there were some funny parts. But when she just gets engulfed in flames, dude, I just, it's something.
Yeah, it's really funny. And I'm only bringing it up because it ties into this a little bit. But you go back to our Jeffrey Dahmer one, we have more comments being like, these two are serial killers. How can you sit there and not have empathy? And it was like, okay.
Well, I mean, I'm not the one. I didn't go.
So it's like you maniacally
show,
laughing in the movie theater. People are probably like, this guy's a weirdo.
Okay, well, that'd be more than me laughing. I mean, at the Jeffrey Dahmer show, be like, oh, he murdered that guy and enjoying it. This was a fictitious woman being engulfed in
so
flames.
If it's fictitious, it's okay.
Yeah, I think so, right?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, I mean, we can laugh at the show of Jeffrey Dahmer, I guess, but yeah,
I mean,
those are real
definitely
victims. That's I said in that trailer that it's weird to have a real show based on.
I know,
made
right?
it very
based
clear.
on, and then go into the details that they went.
And I
into.
haven't even watched the show. You think if I was a weirdo, I'd be the first person in line to fucking watch that thing.
I'm 7 episodes in with my sister.
I actually watched the first episode. I just thought it was all right. Honestly.
And dude, it's we watch like 2 or 3 at a time, and then we're like, okay, we're done.
Yeah,
I need a palate cleanser. I need something else, man.
That's how it is watching the documentary and everything too. It's
a lot.
It's horrifying. This is fake though. I can laugh at this. I can
is
laugh
true.
at this.
I
laughed when he was engulfed in flames in Hereditary as well.
Yeah, that is true.
Because it just happened so fast. You know,
It is sudden. I laughed when she got decapitated. No, I'm just joking. Or no, I was laughing when Toni Collette was. God, that was the most horrific scene.
I was not laughing.
That was gut wrenching. I did not like that. I don't ever want to watch that movie again. That's how good it was.
I know. I will watch that movie again. I will.
I need time away from it still. Just from that scene alone, from Toni Collette.
Yeah, and I've watched. That's funny because I watched Midsummer multiple times at this point.
Yeah, I can do. Yeah, I watched that 3 or 4 times.
That's a tough one to watch too. But Hereditary.
There's something about Hereditary that's more dark, in my opinion. Oh, it's more just.
Yeah, because I would say Midsummer works as almost a very, very dark comedy, like the darkest, bleakest comedy.
Yeah, you could definitely see that.
Yeah. But yeah, so I thought her mom was absolutely great. Mia Goth is always great in this, but
man, does she not have one of the best monologues in horror film history?
I mean, I think of any film of this year, she probably has one of the best monologue for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, just horror films in general. It's literally an incredible monologue, and it goes forever.
I mean, I'd have to go back and think about monologues, but
well, yeah, but think
Quint's monologue from Jaws is amazing. Of course, I mean, it's made one of the most famous in the world.
That's very true. That's very true. Yeah. But I guess just the length of this one and the story involved in it, and how she's literally just laying it all out.
The best part of this monologue was her sister-in-law, who was Misty, like this Misty, who is this like. They're really well off. Yeah. She married, in this monologue, she reveals she just married her brother, Missy's brother, because she thought she was going to get him out of the farm life. Yeah. Turned out fucking Howard, this asshole, loved the farm life.
Well, and not only that, but he served in World War I despite his own father.
Yeah, I got to tell you, thank God Mia Goth did not move up to that level, because she would have been able to murder... get away with it once you're rich, right? I mean,
she would have been Hillary Clinton.
She could have been anyone. She could have been the first president. Very well off.
Yeah, very scary. Not a fun thought.
But she would have been able to get away with a lot of shit. But yeah, Howard, that prick, he did not want to move up. He loved the simple farm life.
No, he didn't.
But yeah, there's an amazing monologue where she's sitting at this table revealing everything to Misty. But the best part is kind of we're in Misty's shoes. And Misty is just like, what the fuck did I get into here? This is wild.
Well, and you see that too, because like it would be long monologues, and then you just get glimpses of Misty, and she's sitting there like one wrong move, and she actually had the wherewithal to not do what other people have done and like abandon her and stuff. And there were some very tense moments in this scene, especially when she was like,
I know.
"Do you think there's something wrong with me?" And she's like,
well, the
"No,
part where it's
not
like,
at all."
when she's like, I know you got it. The
Yeah, and she's
audition.
like, "No, I didn't."
And really, I don't think she did get it, but it's it's in Pearl's Mia Goth's head. So I like you said, it's so well written. Ty West and Mia Goth, who had a role in writing this too, did such a good job with these characters. Where it's like, I don't think Misty could have played it off any better, getting out of there.
She did the best that she could do. The only gripe that I have is maybe not run down the hill. Maybe attempt to grab a weapon or something. Maybe not trip and fall.
You gotta think it's this well-to-do gal from 1918 though, who's probably never even opened the door, never even opened the door in her life. You know, it's
very true.
She didn't even take the high heels off when she was running. She had to save the heels, and she got an axe in the back for it.
She got more than an axe to the back. She got chopped up to pieces. That scene was hilarious.
That was a great scene.
It was hilarious. I was laughing. That was the one scene where I was laughing.
Those fucking hits to the back, though, man.
Oh, brutal.
And then it zooms out the long trail of blood that's like 40 feet. It is brutal.
Yeah, and I love the chopping up scene because it was just like, slow-mo and then just throwing, and then the head at the end.
How well fed is that alligator?
Oh, that's why the alligator's so big, man. That's
why
a good
it lives
meal.
80 years. Mm-hmm. Oh, God. There's a lot of great kills. I actually enjoyed the kills from X a little more. I thought they were a little more inventive. Each one was kind of, I think right around the same amount of people probably get killed in this. Maybe a little less people get killed in this.
Yeah, less people, I would say. Because Howard blows up, but that kind of irritated me a little bit because I was excited to see that in the trailer.
He doesn't really die, no.
But that explosion scene was like just like a dream, and it was like less than 2 seconds. And I didn't even get to enjoy it. You know what I mean? Because it was like.
But X, if you haven't seen it, gets a woman gets her head squished. Pearl gets her head squished.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, which is a fantastic kill. Kid Cudi gets eaten by the alligator alive, I believe.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. And the girl gets pushed in by Pearl. She also dies.
That's the other one, yeah.
That's the vicious one. That one's brutal. So that alligator's doing the death roll.
Someone also gets the pitchfork to the eyes. Remember, that's a good one as well. Pitchfork. That's a good. She does go back, or I say maybe she started the
She started with that little goose who didn't deserve it, honestly.
None of those animals did.
It is what it is.
There's a great scene where she yells at a cow for staring at her. It is horrifying. Like Mia Goth, this character Pearl. I mean, she's hopefully if more people see it, you know. Yeah. I hope more people do. But I tell you, man, she could be right up there with like all the other horror icons.
Oh,
like
definitely for this character. Yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
No, she's definitely horror icon eligible in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, not only that, but we do know that there's another one. It's a trilogy.
They did not
XXXXXX or whatever. What is it called?
I think XXX is 3.
Yeah, XXX. Yeah. Okay.
You went a little.
I went a little far.
That's super porn.
But I'm looking for like 6. So, but yeah, no, that one's set like in the 70s or 80s, and it's supposed to be in Hollywood. So
it's got to be set in like the 50s.
Or the 50s. I keep saying 70s, 80s. It's the 50s. You're right.
Because she'd be really old in the 80s, but she died. You know, she's not going to make it to the 80s, which is too bad. She would have loved the 80s.
But man, that golden age in Hollywood, that's going to be pretty cool.
How the fuck is that? Is she going to move to Hollywood? Do you think she's going to go there? Or do you think they're going to stay?
Oh, no, she's going to Hollywood because remember, like, when she was talking about being, let's see, XXX film. It's not XXX, is it?
Dude, I don't think you should have searched that.
Oh, shit.
What are you thinking?
I didn't even think about it. It's porn everywhere. Oh, my God.
Thank God.
Oh, my God.
It's so much porn.
No. Okay,
bro.
shit.
No.
All right.
Search XXX Pearl.
Okay, Pearl trilogy. God dang it.
It's porn again. So much porn, dude.
X movie trilogy. I don't know. There's way too much. I cannot believe. Good thing we're not live.
That is so fucking ready. You're like my grandpa.
Oh, it's called Maxine with 3 X's. That's what it's called.
Oh, right. Oh, because she's really going to get into porn now, right? Everyone really revolved around the porn.
Oh, yeah, they love it. Yeah, so, yep, it's Maxine, and, yeah, I guess she's going to be doing some porn, it looks like.
Well, she hasn't done any yet, right?
Uh-uh.
She's been kind of, she's seen it, so
she's seen it, and she loved it.
Cool. I love that. That's awesome. Yeah, this is the only one they did not film back-to-back, though, because they filmed X and Pearl right back-to-back because of the COVID.
This one's actually in the process of being filmed right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Man.
So it'll come out next year.
This may be the first, it's a little early, but this could be the first year that 2 films from the same director end up on my top 10.
It's a possibility.
It's crazy,
but
man.
we do have films coming out like Amsterdam, and
I know.
We got a few big ones coming out, so we will see.
We do.
But these are definitely high regard on my list.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
But
what
I'm
about
very
that
curious to see which one you're going to put higher.
And what about that scarecrow scene, though, man?
Okay, so let's talk about the
scenes of a woman having sex with a scarecrow. It's got to be up there.
Oh man, you thought Wizard of Oz was good?
Oh, I did.
Or the Wizard of Cox? I don't know, something, but whatever that was called.
No, that was in your search that you just
did. Yeah, I did triple X. I can't believe I did that. Oh,
you got to clip that up.
I'd be like, oh, triple L. Whoops. Yeah.
You typed in XXX.
And it was like safe search.
I should have went, yeah, hit images. I want to see the poster for that. It would have been brutal.
Who knows what would have showed up.
Yeah, man, she gets it on with Scarecrow in this one, though, pretty early on. That gave me real Wizard of Oz vibes for sure.
Yeah, and definitely, there's definitely something seriously wrong with her.
Yeah, I liked it, man. This is they're totally in 2 different genres. I mean, they're horror, but the first one did it that gross kind of gritty Texas Chainsaw Massacre style.
Yes,
this
and
one
more
did
creepy.
it with the Technicolor. Like everyone's talking about it. It's a mix of Wizard of Oz and some other horrifying shit. But I really liked it. I could have used maybe even more of that kind of fantasy-esque element into it.
I wish they would have shot it that way the entire time.
Yeah.
I wish they would have literally shot it how they opened up the scene.
Yeah.
But shot it that way the entire time. I've actually, and I hate saying this on the podcast because I've always had that kind of idea where you take that style of shooting and you do a very over the top, like very nice girl, and you shoot it that way, and then she's just a slasher. Like bad things happen to her, and then it just Yeah. I mean, this is kind of that idea, but
it is
not
definitely
really.
is. Yeah, it's this just not as explored as I thought it was gonna be,
Yeah.
which I would have loved. I would have loved at least when she was really snapping to get, which we do. It definitely does that at the audition where she's imagining that it's the best audition of all time. And the guys are like, nah.
Do you know how many times I've walked into an audition room and had that exact same feeling?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, stars are coming. The Hollywood signs behind me. It's opening up, and I'm like, duh!
Managers are signing contracts.
And then I just look up, and they're just like, what the fuck was that? Next.
Oh, yeah. And then and then you stand there and cry for 15 minutes.
Oh, every time. I'm
That's
shocked.
why you can't get into an audition room these days.
I can't get a job these days because I cry every time right in front of them. It's a sympathy thing. It doesn't work. I don't know why.
Not in Hollywood, baby. Come on.
I don't know why I keep trying.
Tears don't do much. Yeah. Yeah, but I really like that. I thought it definitely feels like two different films. I mean, it would have been easier for them to go back and do the same thing over again. But I love it. I can't wait to see what the style of the 1950s. I'm gonna be it's gonna be like Marilyn Monroe-esque.
Yeah.
Is that?
I wonder if it's gonna be black and white.
Well, this could have been black and white. It's been 1980. Every film's in black and white.
Right. But I don't know. There's something about the tone of Maxine that
I would have loved if this started out in black and white, like The Wizard of Oz does, and then like her first kill, it turned to color or something like that. That would have been
cool.
really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm very interested though. Nonetheless, that's gonna be fun. I like that photo.
That's her and Ty West, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Right.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. What? All right, let's get to it.
Okay.
Was it better than X, in your opinion, Mason? go?
Let's answer that when the top 10s come out.
Okay, you're not going to answer
I'm not going to. I'm going to tease it until the end of the year. So if you are a listener of this podcast, be sure to tune in to every single episode. The end of the year, we do our top 10s, and then you will find out which one you liked better.
Okay,
X or Pearl.
I'll save mine as well then. I will not reveal it.
Right. But they will now they'll have to hit our top 10s, or we'll just have to bring it up again and be like, okay, this was...
well, obviously, when one is on my top 10 and the other's not, you're going to know which one was
I guess so.
Unless neither of them are right.
Then it's a great year.
I got to tell you, though.
A really great
year. It is good. Yeah, and I don't think it's been that kind of year. So I think, because this is one of my... Right now, I think that this is my favorite horror film of the year. I liked it more than Black Phone.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
But I hear there's some things are coming out that look pretty good.
Well, we do have the Hellraiser that dropped tonight. I think I'm going to watch it.
That's getting pretty good reviews.
Yep. When you come back, we have to review
for sure. Definitely, yeah.
It got good reviews. Oh, I didn't want to hear that, but
I know.
Now that you brought it up, I'm going to look it up.
It was early, though. I don't know. Now I'm scared. But it was from people that liked Hellraiser that were saying it was pretty good. So,
dude, Hulu's killing it then.
70%. Oh, that's original.
The old one. That's the old one.
Oh, you fool. See, I think the original should have got better than 70%.
Whoa,
right around
certified fresh at 75%.
That's not bad. It was at 80 when I saw it.
Yeah, but still, certified fresh already.
65 reviews, too. Yeah, that's awesome.
Because, dude, typically like a Hellraiser or a horror film, you're just happy if it hits 60%.
Oh, for sure. And that's better than what the original got. But I think that original, if it would have been better reviewed if it came out. It was a little ahead of its time, I would say.
I'm pumped to see this.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's a good time for reboots for horror stuff. Prey was good.
And typically
the first Halloween was good. We'll see how that ends with Halloween ends.
Yeah, well. Hopefully it ends well. Yeah. But yeah, no, typically my scores are higher too for like horror films because they always give them like low scores unless it's like an artsy one like X, then they'll give it a high score. But I'm really excited to see this because this might hit my top 10. We don't know. We'll see.
I can't wait. I really do like the original.
Hulu's not going to... Let's do this from now on. Hulu, which I can't say 2 for 2 yet, but that's a good sign. Let's give all the horror icon franchises to Hulu. Well, it's crazy. And Netflix is not allowed to touch another one.
It's taken 40 years for them to figure out how to make a good sequel for horror films. It's crazy. Get a fan of the franchise and not a guy that's just doing it for a paycheck. You know?
It's really that simple. It's not that hard.
Damn. Yeah, I know. It's fucking
It's pretty common sense if you think about it.
But I think, Blumhouse is setting the bar for that.
Yeah.
I think that they're setting the bar now. Everyone else is trying to match that. So good for Hulu. Good for Disney, really. I mean, they own Hulu.
Yeah. But yeah, good for them. I'm glad that they're not shying away from this kind of content, too.
No, that's amazing. What Hellraiser is one, too, that totally deserves a reboot. I mean, if anyone deserves more money for a franchise.
Well, and I've always, that was one of the only downfalls of Hellraiser, I would say, is just it was so ahead of its time that it was incredible for what it was during the time. And,
it was just the end. They ran out of money.
Yeah.
So they had that weird dragon.
Like just horrible effects.
But the effects of him, like without the skin on and everything, looks so good back then. I mean,
even the opening scenes too, with all those prosthetics hanging around.
And anytime there's hooks and skin, that always looks really good. Clive Baker, man, he's a genius. But yeah, we will see. Half of this podcast we've talked about other films, but that's okay. All right. That's getting us excited. Can't wait for Hellraiser. A little teaser.
Yep. Hellraiser, definitely coming next week, Cash.
Yeah.
Okay,
100%.
We're definitely going to be reviewing this next week, guys. All right, everyone, that is our review for Pearl. We are a little late on it. We both saw it like 3 weeks ago, but hey, it is what it is.
Has not been a lot coming out, though.
No, there has not. There's not. All right, everyone, that is our review. If you guys like what you're seeing here, please be sure to smash that like button, comment below, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification as we drop videos here every single day. Thank you so much for watching and listening. My name is Mason Knight. That is Cash Krause, and until next time.
Bye.